Not a truck.
Is that the best you two can come up with?
Yes, it is. What is your...
That, gentlemen, is a Lamborghini Urraco.
No, the purple one was biscuit and raisin. It was.
Yeah, that had little bits of biscuit in it.
And blue was the original.
Blue had nothing extra. Yes, that was.
And then they did the pink one, which was only...
He never did a pink one.
They did. It's called It's for Girls, and they only sold it on the Isle of Man. Not a lot of people know that.
At exactly 14 minutes past 9, the lorries turned up.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Good.
And then, using our massive knowledge of HGVs, we set about explaining why we'd bought what we'd bought.
So, May, which one's yours?
Scania P94. It's, this is the sleeper cab, which has got the extra bit on the back where you can sleep. They also did it as a day cab, which didn't have that bit, so you couldn't sleep in it. It's the...
He doesn't know anything.
What colour is it, Jeff?
What have you got then?
A lorry.
What sort?
A big one.
Well, clearly.
It's a Renault. And what makes this one interesting is that the cab sits on top of all the engine. So it has a flat floor, and that means...
The floor's flat.
It's easier to fit the carpet. Come on then, Hammond, show me what you've got.
I have this.
What is it?
It's an earth.
This was hopeless, so we resorted to our lorry crib sheets.
Has yours got...
Is all this just my lorry? Let's be honest.
12-litre straight six. Go.
11 litres. I mean, it's not as big, but it's still pretty big.
9 litres. But, well, yeah, but the thing is... All right.
Did you just buy a shed?
Yours is tiny.
It is ridiculously small.
That's a Caterham of the lorry world that you
Yes.
Right.
That's
And the point of that is...
Well, there's bound to be a speed
You
test.
think your lightweight...
It's a Lotus
11-litre lorry...
Yeah.
No. Not that. In less developed countries, such as Australia and America, people like to decorate and personalise their lorries. You will now go away and do the same. I'm going to need a hell of a lot of paint.
To meet up at the Warwick services on the M40, and Jeremy was first to arrive.
This is what I've bought. It's a Rover SD1 styled to look like a Ferrari Daytona, and it does. This particular model has the 3.5-litre V8 engine, and inside you will find plum-coloured Vulgalore upholstery. It's got a stereo radio cassette that doesn't work. It's got cruise control that doesn't work, an electric sunshine roof that doesn't work. But as a result of these small, niggly little faults, I was able to get this bucket of magnificence for just 1,100 of my pounds.
The next contender arrived.
Wait, there's a car arriving here with no one behind the wheel. It must be Hammond, and it's a Dolly Sprint!
What do you think?
Yeah, look at that.
First ever production car to have 16 valves, 4 per cylinder.
Wow.
And the first British saloon car to have alloy wheels as standard.
Wow.
It's up there.
And, I seem to recall.
Yes,
Very sporty.
But hang on, real wood.
I know.
The only thing is they forgot to sand it. If you run, you get splinters off it. It's honest. It's made out of floorboards. It's unbelievable.
So how much did you pay of your own money?
1,250-ish.
So you've gone over.
Because it's a classic. It's desirable. People want these things.
I talked Richard through the Rover's little foibles.
Little known fact about the Rover SD1 is that it was longer on one side because it was not very well made than it was on the other. Engine, good. Gearbox, good. Clutch, good.
Because these had central locking, electric windows. Didn't people used to get trapped in them and killed?
Yeah. Your Dolly Sprint was the hot hatchback of its day, really.
Very much so.
So what's May got?
Morning.
And he's brought a piece of cheese.
Oh.
You brought a princess, James.
I have.
James, we're trying to prove that British Leyland occasionally made good cars.
You're not helping our case here.
Most interesting car they ever made, and most radical, and most modern.
Oh, look at the brown interior. Oh.
Brown,
brown.
brown, brown.
It's brown and browner.
Brown was a 70s colour. This is a 1978 car. It's very interesting. It's in good condition.
Why is it interesting?
This was the first car in the world to obscure its wiper spindles under the bonnet.
Obscured windscreen wiper spindles. There's a reason to own one.
At the time, it was important.
What's the
And it's
suspension in this? It was
hydrogas.
hydrogas, so it's
Very, very...
Very low.
No, that's how it should be.
It's
on
very
one
low on
side.
that side and very high.
It's actually broken, James.
It's leaked.
This car, the Dolly Sprint, was driven in the professionals.
Yes.
This featured in the video of Don't You Want Me Baby by the Human League. This was driven by Terry Scott in Terry and June.
I know.
Enough said.
Now, at this point, we'd normally receive our challenge, but spitefully, the production team said we had to drive 40 miles to go and get it. 40 miles? No problem at all.
To horse.
Come on. Yeah. God. The key won't turn in my ignition.
Mine doesn't start at all.
Hang on, James. Which slovenly Midlander built this? The steering lock's gone on. God. I like it here.
It's a shame to move on from such a glorious
It's a
spot.
lovely morning.
I'm just letting my engine breathe, get some air.
Yeah.
Eventually, the Rover screeched into life. I got my dolly going as well, and we were on our way.
mis kuradi telekanal.
I was the first to arrive.
I've just bought a Ferrari for 10 grand. It's a 1979 308 GT4. Look, it's yellow, it's got an engine in the middle, it's got everything. Right. Wait for the others. See what they've got.
Jeremy was next to roll up.
The Maserati
It's a
Merak.
Maserati.
Maserati Merak.
Merak.
Yeah.
Right.
Possibly the prettiest supercar ever made.
Potentially.
£7,000.
About 3 grand less than me.
Yours. You bought
I bought a Ferrari.
No,
308
you haven't.
It is a Ferrari.
It just isn't a Ferrari.
What Richard had bought was never originally called a Ferrari. It was so slow and wet, it was actually called a Dino.
There's no point going, I bought my George. It's from Asda. You've got a George car.
What's this?
It's a spare wheel.
Hang on, is this a V? They're a V6, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's brilliant. Engine in this. Honestly, the guy I bought it from just spent 10,000 quid rebuilding that engine. Sold the whole car for 7. Shows how much the rest of it's worth.
So
Watch the headlamps. They work brilliantly. Ready? There you go, the headlights are on.
But they're...
No, you can see they're on if you get down here. Oh, there they are, look, can you see them?
Yeah. Oh, that's a shame.
There you have it.
Of it.
If I let go?
You may have noticed we're waffling a bit, and that's because we're waiting for Captain's sense of direction, who we assumed had got lost.
You fancy some lunch?
Well,
But
it's getting that way, isn't it?
we were wrong.
James has bought an AA truck. He's bought a...
At least you made it to the end of our last one of these before getting on one. Right.
James, we said a mid-engined Italian supercar, not a truck.
That's fun.
Is that the best you two can come up with?
Yes, it is. What is your...
That,
Apart from
gentlemen,
was
is
the pass.
a Lamborghini Huraco. Look at it.
Not a very good example.
It's
not
superb.
moving.
But, James, let's cut to the chase.
OK.
It's on a lorry.
It's an electrical problem. The Italians invented electricity, as we know.
James decided the best form of defence was attack.
I mean, I know about old cars, as you know, and I can look at this and with my trained eye I can tell you immediately that that is a pup.
You've got a
Look, I
trained
mean,
eye,
look-
and you bought that.
So, what had the production team got in store for us?
Have a look.
Don't
Oh, yes.
do that to my car!
Your 70th supercar mission for today is to drive from Bristol to Spearmint Rhino in Slough.
That's a lap dancing club. Is it? Oh, you don't know.
Well, no, that's what these cars are about. OK, fair enough. You may not use the M4 itself, so we've got to go along the M4 corridor on the wiggly road.
Swindon,
Yeah, all of that.
Reading.
Maidstone.
Your sense of direction. You mean Maidenhead?
Oh, yeah.
Maidenhead.
So as long as he's got a sense of direction, he can get it.
Maidenhead.
As usual, points would be lost for unforeseen stoppages, and naturally, there would be a series of challenges along the way.
Our meeting point was the Valley of Fire in Nevada. And what you see here is the car I'll be using.
This is a Lexus LFA. It's not the most powerful car in the world, it's not the fastest, it's not the best looking, and it certainly isn't the cheapest. Plus, the Lexus badge does come with a whiff of masonry. But I drove one of these in England last year, and I emerged from the experience thinking that might very well be the best car I've ever driven. And that's why we're here, to find out.
At this point, the stillness of the desert was shattered by the sound of an approaching James May, who was at the wheel of the new Aston Martin Vanquish.
That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
It's not bad, is it? This is a DBS replacement, but also a bit inspired by the £177 million thing.
And look at the upholstery.
I know, the upholstery is outrageous.
That's the best looking Aston there's ever been, actually.
Best one they've done. That, though, because I've never seen one in a good colour like that, that is pretty fantastic.
No, but yours is better. And the great thing is I'm in the better car and I'm just going to follow you around going, that is beautiful.
After a bit more mutual mastication, we started to wonder what Billy Bob Hammond might bring.
Will it be something subtle, small, European?
Now, my money was on something rather large, brash, and maybe even American.
And blow me down, I was right.
So, the new Viper.
You?
Yeah. I know it looks exactly like the old one. That is the new Viper.
I know it looks exactly like the old one. That is
the new
I know it looks exactly like the old one. That is
the new
I know it looks exactly like the old one. That is the new I know it looks exactly like the old one. That is
The war, and looking around here, let's not